Welcome back to Hardcore Heroes, everybody. So, Malachi, while you figure out what you're doing, Van, you take a nap, and Kine, you're gonna squirm into this little door?
Yes.
Right. Why don't you make me a perception check?
Okay. I notice everyone looking at me. It was just D20. What one? It's so long ago.
D20 plus the stat, yeah.
Okay. We don't have perception, so.
We don't have perception. Make me a wisdom check.
I like that. It makes wisdom a little bit more useful as a stat.
Yeah.
Oh, I rolled.
Because you never really see it used outside of that,
Yeah.
except in very niche circumstances.
97.
First roll of the game. Wow. Okay.
You just roll flat and you want to roll at or lower than the
Oh,
score.
yeah, that's my. I told him to roll it this way, so
Okay.
This is my fault. Well, yeah. I forget, man. It's been a long time since we played this. I forget that we're using the old rules.
And last time we didn't do any checks, I think.
Well,
We just made attacks.
yeah.
Shall I roll
All right.
again?
No, it's fine. You get yourself in there without any problems, and notice everyone in the bar is looking at you as you take your shield off your back, put it sideways in the door first, and then crawl in yourself. The room is filled with dwarves. If there was music in here, it stopped. They're all looking at you.
In dwarf, I give a greeting. Greetings, friends.
Okay. You can't stand up in this room. The ceiling is 4.5 feet tall. It's intentionally designed to be uncomfortable for humans. One of the dwarves in Dwarven says, "What the fuck?" He starts walking up to you from behind the bar, hands on his hips. "Hey, mate, what the hell do you think you're doing in here? Do you see the sign up front? Does it say humans welcome?"
Well, in Dwarven, of course. Well, I just wanted to ask some questions, if it is all right. Maybe over an ale?
He looks around the room. "Does anyone here want to answer this man's questions?"
I take 3 gold coins out of my pouch. Show them to him. Maybe.
One of the guys sitting at the end of the bar goes, "Oh, all right, I'll answer his questions outside. Come on, give me the money." And he ushers you out the front door angrily, and then follows you if you leave. Takes your coins, stands out front of the bar, hands on his hips, looking up at you. "All right, lad, what do you need? Make this quick. I got a drink waiting for me. Hot apple cider with rum. Exactly what you need on these beautiful days."
Well, first off, do you have any connections with the dwarves near Shirebrook? I heard there's a
You
village.
racist motherfucker! You think I'm connected to every dwarf in this kingdom, huh? The nerve of you! Alright, that's one of your gold coins. What's your next question?
Because they disappeared, magic. And maybe, just maybe, because I knew a dwarf, a companion, may his soul rest in peace, who was searching for them. And I just wanted to know if the dwarves here had any connections with them. We didn't hear anything about them disappearing until we discovered it. Maybe someone here had family there?
What was their name? The clan.
Oh god, what was Morin's clan? Oh, let me think.
You don't remember the clan name of your dead friend?
Can I make a check to remember?
Sure. Why don't you make me a charisma check?
Well.
Yeah, just a d20. Okay. That is, you want lower than or equal to. So that's a pass for you, right? Your charisma's not 4?
Yeah. I have 12 for charisma.
I have no idea what Morin's clan name is.
Okay, nobody knows because nobody had.
But I'm
maybe
sure
I have-
you remember whatever it
Oh,
is.
wait, I have a character sheet. I think.
Excellent.
Character.
I was really hoping you'd fail that check.
Here it
I'm not
is.
often biased, but there are
Mountain
times.
One of the clans.
Mountain Shield. Yeah. Oh, Mountain Shields. I can't say I've known any of them personally, but I've heard of them. You're saying they're all dead?
One, my companion, sadly, but their village disappeared. Magic.
Village just magically disappeared. Just poof!
We
Gone in a
confirmed
flash
it.
of smoke.
We confirmed it. Someone used illusions to cover something up. At least they're all gone.
Typical human bullshit. Smoke and mirrors and illusions. Give me a good hard rock and a good hard axe and I'll make a town disappear properly.
Well,
Magic. Cowards!
It could have happened that way. Maybe it was covered up, but I just want to know if anybody here has.
He turns his
had
back
something
to you in the
with-
middle of you talking to him. Totally just like turns around, walks back into the bar step and yells in Dwarven, "Hey! Anybody hear that the Mountain Shield clan just vanished up in smoke one day? Totally gone." A couple of the other dwarves from the tavern start walking out here, and they start jabbering pretty quickly in Dwarven. How is your Dwarven? Are you like fully fluent, or is it kind of a working Dwarven but could use some help? How good is your Dwarven?
I think it's decent enough. My giant is probably broken up and just barely working, but Dwarven, I think,
Sure.
decent enough.
Okay.
Maybe
so,
I can't understand everyone, but
Right, but you can
cons-
understand the conversation as they're all chattering about, what do you mean the town disappeared? And the guy's like, this bastard said they just disappeared and there's illusions all over the place. Like, illusionary disappeared. And the other guy's like, what does it mean it's covered up with illusions? That's ridiculous. And pretty
They are
soon you've got a
gone.
small mob of angry dwarves at your feet, all yelling at you about illusions.
I'm trying to shut them up. I just yell in Dwarven, "Let me speak!"
They quiet down.
I had a companion who came to me. Oh, we found each other, and his village was missing, gone. He was part of the clan Mountain Shield. He had work in Shireburg to do, and after he came back, the whole village was gone. The same happened to my village. Just a few
What do you
days
mean
ago.
gone? The buildings just vanished? Trees planted in their place? Grass growing up?
Only the people all gone. The buildings were all fine. Everything was in place. Just as if everyone just vanished. Now we know, or I know, with help of a wizard, that
Well, what about Baroness Valmont? What has she done about this, huh? That's her land, her people. Has she
Well,
done
she
anything about
doesn't-
the missing dwarves?
well, I was about to tell her, but other pressing matters came up.
More pressing than an entire clan vanishing.
Well, probably she heard about it, but I
Oh.
don't know.
I say
Well-
we take this to the new count. Bring it up. Tell him that he should reject the Baroness's writ of homage. If she can't even keep her dwarves free, there ain't no reason why she should be Baroness. Aye, aye, aye. Yeah, to the Baron, to the Count. And this mob of angry dwarves starts marching down the street.
Kindness doesn't. What the fuck? Why did I do this?
All right, so while Kyne's standing there like, oh my god, what have I got myself into? Malachi, you're asking around, and
Yeah.
you get the word pretty quickly that there's no magic in this town. There's no wizards that live here. There's no magic shop. And when you're asking about magic being around here, you get this guy. The guy's looking at you like, what do you mean you're looking for a magic shop?
Why, there's no wizards at all in this whole town?
None that are publicly outed yet.
Why
But
is that?
we're working on it. You Fancy yourself a little bit of fairy dust every now and then?
Do I look like a wizard to you?
I don't know.
It probably
You
looks
got
like a walking stick, doesn't it?
a walking stick there that looks mighty fine. What's with that bag at the top of it?
And blue robes.
No, that's the wrong.
Oh, you don't have that stick anymore.
Yeah. No, this is just a family heirloom. My father used to walk with a limp. I carried it around in his honor. But what's the? Is it just the dwarves? The dwarves don't like wizards, or is this guy a dwarf?
No, he's a human. You
Yeah.
would never go talk to a dwarf. What are we?
Yeah. I know the dwarves don't like wizards, but is that all it is?
Let's just say we're mighty distrustful of magic here. It's been more than one time where someone acted out in lunacy. Turns out it was a wizard making him dance like a puppet from the shadows. People
Well,
flying around, shooting light from their fingertips, killing people in the streets without you being able to see who it was that done it. Wizard ain't nothing but a more specialized version of assassin, as I see it. Living in the shadows.
Not all wizards are murderers, though.
But any wizard could be.
Just like not all dwarves are naive fools. Or drunks, or whatever other stereotypes you care to.
Are you calling the late and great Count Ironhide drunken fool?
I did not.
Good. 'Cause he has been good to us.
No, well, I'm meant to be meeting him tomorrow, actually.
Well, the late great Count Ironhide is he's late.
Late?
He's pushing up daisies. He bought a farm. He kicked a bucket.
Right. Yeah, his son, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
The new count. What's his name?
Soledad.
Soledad. Hey. Is he a reasonable dwarf?
I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with his lordship yet, but you know, nobles and the
You don't-
like, they don't often go around talking to us general plebs.
Is he old? Does he live in this town?
Older
Until
than
recently?
I am
or-
by probably a good 100 years or so.
Does he live here? Or does he come back to take his throne?
He lives in town, lives up in the keep with the rest of them. What are you in
Doesn't,
town for, huh? Well, why are you here, stranger?
I'm delivering Baroness Valmont's writ of homage.
Oh, my
So
apologies. I didn't realize you were an official emissary.
Yes, well, some of us have more tact than others. I didn't want to embarrass you once you started on your, well, whatever.
I'm
It's fine. Water under the bridge. Let's be friends. Can I buy you a drink?
that. Yeah, yes, sure. That would be lovely. Thank you.
Aren't you meant to be aren't you on duty, though?
No, yes, I should be going. Excuse me, I have a gate to guard. The soldier turns and kind of jogs off uncomfortably.
I guess I just smile to myself and, has it been about... I mean, I ask around. Obviously, there's no wizards here.
Oh yeah, no wizards, no wizards.
I guess I'll just walk around town, walk to the main trading square, if there is one.
There is.
I'll just walk around that. Is there anything particularly fancy that catches my eye?
There are some fancy wagons arriving that look like they have knights or nobles in them.
Does anyone look like they're selling magical items, though?
No.
No.
Let's flip back to Kine for a moment here. Kine, an angry mob of dwarves have left this tavern and they are marching towards the keep.
I'm going to. I try to catch up with them before
That's
they.
not hard. They've got short, stumpy legs.
Before they arrive at the keep, and I'm going to step in front of them, and in dwarf, of course. No, not let's not do something rash, okay? The count is probably
Who
not
the
in
fuck
best
are you to tell us what's rash and what's not rash? We got a missing clan out there, and the Baroness ain't doing shit about it.
First of all, the Baroness did something. We don't know if she has not plans
Get
yet.
out of my way, you lanky beast. Look at you.
Well,
Look how
if
tall
you
you
want
are.
to
Look
know-
how long those legs are. How do you stay standing upright? Don't you tip over? We'll
Well,
tip
I
you over
understand.
if you don't get out of our way. We got business with the new count, and it's important business. Her messengers should be
Well-
arriving any day now, and they should know what they've gotten themselves into.
Should I tell you a secret?
You should tell me that you're going to get out of my way and kiss my boot.
I'm stepping out of the way, but I'm going with them.
Okay, they continue their march.
Well, the secret is the Countess, the Baroness, sorry. And the Baroness did appoint someone to the problem, her wizard.
Fucking hell! The wizard's probably the one who did it! Can you believe that? The Baroness has removed a clan of dwarves, potentially.
God, fucking hell.
It's okay, Bastion. I hate dwarves too.
Fucking wizards. Fucking
In
Count
Hind's mind,
Barons.
slowly. You can understand why Malachi has something against dwarves. Oh my god.
Alright, they continue their march.
I'm not going with them. I just hope they don't. They are not be let into the castle. I'm going to the inn, hoping that Van is awake because we have trouble.
You get back to the inn. Van's still asleep. His door's locked. I think Malachi's back there, and you guys can do whatever you want. Or
Is Malachi back?
Yeah, I'll come back. Say, do you know there's not a single other wizard in this town?
Well, I think we maybe eventually have problems. You know, I was just about to maybe ask in the Dwarven Tavern if anybody had some.
Why would you go in there though?
No. I just want to ask if anybody had contacts with the Clan Mountain Shield near Shirebrook,
Right.
and to ask if anybody knew about their disappearance. Well, apparently they immediately, probably because they are drunk, thought the Countess was responsible for all of this. And
Jesus.
they
Oh god.
I kind of understand why you generally have something against dwarves.
Well, what did they do? They just got angry and shouted
They're
or
angry, marching towards the castle, want that the
What?
Count, they want the Count reject her letter.
what? The whole reason we're here.
No, they're just. I doubt the guards will let a mob of drunk
Oh my god.
to the castle.
Van is up in his room having a nightmare of a bunch of dwarves going to try and make his village's Baroness spurned, and he's just no. It's like-
Well, I guess. Did you try and stop them, or I suppose it's too late now.
I tried to stop them. Probably made it worse. They are, they are a mob of drunk dwarves. I can't stop them without.
One is bad enough. Never mind the whole mob. I can't even
they're
really
drunk.
imagine. Yeah, well, I mean that goes without
Cider
saying.
and rum. Malachi, apple cider and rum. This shit is
No.
serious.
That is excessive. Yes, that's 2 drinks in 1 drink. That's too much. 2 types of drink. This is the thing with dwarves, though, isn't it? They're always drunk. I'm not sure it's a great excuse, but it's the only one they've got. Well, maybe we should.
Okay, I'm not indulging in that, but
Look, we should. There's just nothing in this town. I looked around. There's just a bunch of fancy people coming from all over the kingdom. I assume they're lowly knights or other.
Well, they said something about emissaries at the gathering, right?
Yeah, I guess all of the landowners under the count have to provide this writ of homage, not just the barons. So it's probably all manner of nobles and such here. I think we should just lay low until tomorrow morning and get this over with.
Now let's just hope they don't let drunk mobs into the castle. Hopefully,
Well,
for the better
we
of us.
we'll just play dumb if look, the dwarves are angry because what? Because the Baroness didn't do anything about it?
Well, first, after I tried to explain things, they now think the Baroness is responsible for it. Whatever they thought.
Well, look, if the Count brings it up, we can explain that we looked into it. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Hopefully.
I think there's nothing but trouble for us here, really. Doesn't seem to be. I almost got accosted just for having a staff. There's whole taverns full of dwarves next door to the inn. There's dwarves walking around with weapons and uniforms. There's a fucking dwarf on the throne. Kine. You want to tell me you're surprised that this place is a bit fucking stupid? Well, I'm not surprised. Not one bit.
Okay, going a bit farther, but...
Well...
Okay, I'm just going to get myself a light drink.
No, I'll have a beer with a shot of whiskey, thanks.
Okay. Kinda uncomfortable now. Malachi made it awkward.
No, we'll just we'll wait for Van to wake up.
Okay. Van, eventually you wake up.
All right, I spent 50 minutes memorizing spells.
What is he doing up there?
And then I come down.
I think he was taking a nap or something.
All right. I wonder.
So eventually I come back down.
Van, where have you been?
I just needed a little bit of rest and rejuvenation.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You learned some new spells, or?
I'm not sure I understand what you mean.
Just what are you planning here?
I don't make plans, Malachi. Who do you think I am?
All right. Well, look, we looked around town. Kine ran into a whole tavern of dwarves. Apparently, there's a blockade on wizards in this town. I think I'm just going to stay in the inn for now until tomorrow.
And a drunk mob of dwarves thinking that the Baroness is responsible for the vanishing people.
I don't think you need to tell Van.
I'm sorry. What?
If he knows, should it be brought up later?
Go on.
I
Then.
tell the story again to
Van goes from he's about to say like, oh, I'm gonna head out for a while, and he goes, I need a drink. He orders some apple cider and rum, and
Nice.
oh god, this is after after a couple minutes of probably just awkward silence. It's fuck this town, am I right?
Yeah, that's what I said. I mean, they've got a dwarf in charge of the whole place. Technically, that dwarf's in charge of Shybrook. That's what this letter says.
Okay, casually racism aside, I just hope they don't let a drunk mob into the castle.
No, that's where you're wrong. There's nothing casual about it. This is pretty significant. I've made my mind up on this one.
Okay. Serious racism.
Yeah, a little bit. There's nothing wrong with that, though.
In Malachi's defense, he does have a lot to go off of.
Yeah, you weren't there for the whole thing, Kine.
Yeah. We hired a party of dwarves, and two of the idiots got themselves killed, and the surviving two blamed him for the other two being stupid. It was...
He punched me.
Yeah, he punched you.
He punched me. In the dick.
You know, every time you tell a story, it just seems dwarfs die in your presence.
Malachi, remember when you challenged him to a fight, and then when he accepted, he backed down?
I don't remember that. I backed down. No, I remember when I beat him in a drinking contest, Van.
I do remember that.
What are you doing? Don't make me look stupid in front of the ranger.
I think you can't step down any further.
Whoa.
Well, the letter is already pretty high, so...
You know, on that note, let's just get drunk. I don't think we've been drunk before, Kine. Maybe you'll be more agreeable.
I'm going to pass on that and go to my room. Maybe a good night's rest will lift my spirit.
Malachi, why don't you get started without me? I'm going to I'm gonna go take a quick walk around the town and get some fresh air.
As I leave, I say to like the one other guy in the tavern, "You believe these two guys?"
I'll get drunk with you.
Thank you. That's what I like to hear.
Neil,
I don't need them for company.
Neil, are there any dwarves in this tavern or inn?
No, there's no dwarves in this tavern. There's the tavern right next door. That's the dwarven tavern. Why would you come into this human place?
Exactly.
I
They'd be
hope
next door.
Malachi is not too loud when he's drunk. Because the dwarves are right next door.
Well, I mean, there's the inn, and on one side is the human place, and on the other side is the dwarven place. So there's a building in between, but there's probably dwarves walking past this the human tavern to get to the dwarven tavern. So it's
Yeah.
it'll be fun. All
I
right.
just hope they don't hear Malachi shouting something dwarfist.
Okay. Is there anything else that you guys want to accomplish today, or are we just gonna
Yes.
kick it?
If I walk around the town, do I see the proselytizer has restarted his speech?
No, you do not find them around the town anywhere.
Fair enough. In that case, I'll go back and drink a little more with Malachi.
I'm just going to make some arrows.
Roll me a d6 for how many arrows you can make in a day.
Nice. 6 arrows.
Beautiful.
The worry about tomorrow drives me to make many arrows.
All right.
Hey, Malachi.
We close the day then,
Okay.
Okay.
and we can just pick up everything the next day.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I think at some point, I don't know if it matters, Neil, but I probably let on that I'm a wizard to somebody in the bar over the course of the night.
Appropriate.
Yeah. I think at some point I set up like 5 chairs around me in a circle when no one's talking to me and cast a mirror image and then drink with myself for a bit.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
That might be the best usage of mirror image I've ever seen in my life.
I don't need you guys. Everyone cheers at the same
That's
time.
even sadder than my idea for solipsism when I hit level 7.
So if any one of us comes, if I casually look down to see if Malachi is okay, I just see him madly drinking with himself.
Yeah, literally drinking with himself.
Yeah. I just shake my head and oh my god, this is depressing.
But yeah, eventually go to sleep.
Okay. Today is the 25th of August. It is a Thursday, and it is a relatively pleasant day.
It can't be a pleasant day. We're in this hellhole.
We very quickly in this town off,
Yeah.
based on like a very few things that have happened, but I think it's okay.
Yeah, I feel like anybody would be kind of put off by their initial experience coming to this place.
What?
Yeah.
This place is great. I love this town. But you guys have a mission to achieve, and you have a place to go. So you make it to the keep.
Do I see the
day.
proselytizer anywhere around town? Like we take the long way to the keep.
The way that would run across him most likely.
Yes. Like, going in a big circle, trying to cover a lot of ground to see if he's out anywhere.
He's right back where he was the previous day.
Is there another big crowd?
Maybe 60 feet from, maybe 100 feet from the front gate.
Is there a big crowd gathered around again?
Roughly the same size as before, 40 to
All right.
60 people.
So as we're walking by, this crowd covers less area than a 90-foot radius, I assume.
Definitely.
Okay, perfect. So I think we just kind of stop, or like Van kind of stops us while we're walking, and making sure that I'm in range for everybody, including the Theraleg guy, to be covered by this radius. And just kind of nudges Malachi and says, hey, watch this. And then I'm going to cast Enthrall.
All right, time to read a spell. The priest using the spell can enthrall an audience that can fully understand his language. Those in the area of effect must successfully save or spell or give the caster their undivided attention, totally ignoring their surroundings. Now, those of a race or religion unfriendly to the casters have a +4 bonus to the roll. So those anti-cheesers will get a bonus.
What? Is it that, or is it? I thought it was like if they're like if they hate the human race, they would get a bonus. But like it doesn't say the caster's religion. It says the caster.
Those of a race or
Oh,
religion
unfriendly to the casters. Yeah, they the ones who are. Would the ones who are like there because of the free food get the bonus though?
No, they're not unfriendly to you. There might be some in the crowd that are in agreement, and they would be unfriendly, but the general populace is not unfriendly.
Okay.
Creatures with 4 or more levels or hit die, or with a wisdom of 16 or better, are unaffected. To cast a spell, the caster must speak without interruption for a full round. Thereafter, the enchantment lasts as long as the priest speaks to a maximum of 1 hour.
Yes.
The enthralled take no action while the priest speaks, and for D3 rounds thereafter while they discuss the matter.
That's my favorite part of the spell.
Those entering the area of effect must also successfully save or spell or become enthralled. Those not enthralled are 50% likely every turn to hoot and jeer in unison. There is an excessive. If there is excessive jeering, the rest are allowed a new saving throw. Speech ends if the priest is successfully attacked or performs any action other than speaking.
Okay. Upon seeing this, Kine just goes blank-faced.
Oh, you get a. I think you get a save.
Yeah, both of you guys
Otherwise-
have to make a saving throw, and so does Jeeves.
Perfect.
I have to make a saving throw.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
everyone has to make a save.
Oh dear.
My save.
So their
was higher,
save, the
right?
general 0th level fighter save is 19.
Yes.
So
So some of them will have a save of 15.
if we say there are
Actually.
60 people there, all but 3 are enthralled. If there's 40, all but 2 are enthralled. We're just gonna math it out.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody rolled a 1 on their saving throw.
That's me. That's a fail, right? For,
That's a fail.
Yes.
You both fail your saving throws, and you are enthralled. You have never seen Van Helsing so eloquent or well spoken. And this topic, whatever it is super fascinating. My God. My God.
I like nudge
This is such a
Kine
good
halfway
point.
through.
Yeah.
He's really showing those guys, huh?
What an
And then,
interesting topic. In his head, Kine is probably.
Wait, can you say 4 hit dice are unaffected?
I think it was.
Oh, 16 wisdom or 4 more hit dice, I think. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So Malachi's okay.
I think Malachi's okay.
That's fine. That's fine. I was actually kind of counting on you passing your spell save.
There we go.
Creatures with 4 or more levels or hit dice are unaffected. Kine, you're still level 3, right?
Yeah, I should have taken the potion of superheroism.
Oh.
That would have been a waste.
Oh well.
Okay. All right.
So it's more like Malachi sees everybody else around him go blank faced. He's just what the fuck? And Van is going to start nudging his way through the crowd while speaking.
What are you saying?
I'm waiting for Neil to finish whatever he's doing.
Okay, so I rolled my
okay.
dice. I know what's going on. Go ahead and keep talking.
All right. Van starts sort of walking through the crowd to go up to the big podium that the proselytizer's been speaking on. And he says, friends, pardon me for the interruption. I'm sorry to interrupt your revelry, but I feel I must speak now lest your depraved actions leave a black mark on your souls. I fear this man has led you in with false promises. He gifts you food and he gives you revelry, but in exchange, he leads you astray from the gods. He teaches you that Cheese is about superficial beauty, about the surface layer, when he couldn't be any further from the truth. And do you want me to keep going? Or like the general premise is that Cheese is about inner beauty.
Sure. I mean, you can keep going if you want, or you can,
I just feel like
I thought it was eloquent so far.
Yeah, it's a very boring speech is my point. Like if you want me to keep going, I'll keep going. But I feel like I might bore people with it.
Let's be bored for a little while. Let's see what
Okay.
you got.
All right. Let's see. Where do I want to start off? All right. So he steps up onto the podium where this proselytizer has been speaking. And he says, to skewer animals alive and force them to roast slowly over a fire, do you consider that beautiful? to spurn the gods instead of questioning what you can do to solve your own problems. Do you consider that beautiful? Cheese is not a measurement of your physical beauty, your presence to outward eyes. It's a measurement of what you think of your own character. Whether you can sleep with yourself at the end of the day, knowing that your actions were righteous and just. Let me know whenever I should stop, by the way.
Keep going.
Okay.
I feel like this could go on for a while. This is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And chat is chanting for
chat.
speech, so...
I know, it's making me nervous. Honestly, I feel like I just start reiterating the same point like politicians do.
I didn't.
Like, that's there's not really much else to talk about.
The
I
five
think
talking points,
end the
you
spell,
just say
yeah,
them in
to end the spell though, I think Van is going to ask around, or I think he'll probably walk through the crowd while he's saying these things, and if he sees anybody who's injured, like very clearly injured, with
there's a guy who's missing a leg, who's got
so
a crutch.
Would casting the spell break it, because that is technically speech? But okay, so to end the spell, I'm going to cast a Cure Moderate Wounds on this guy's injury after saying, "Behold the power of the goddess Cheese." Bring out the medallion, cast the Cure Moderate Wounds, and heal this guy's injury and end the spell.
Woo!
And then we're just going to walk away,
Cheese.
or Van's just going to walk away while people spend 3 minutes discussing it afterwards.
Right. Roll a... Why don't you roll a d3 for us, actually?
Okay. No. For 1 minute, that's fine.
Right. People turn to one another and begin discussing this very interesting speech.
So are you dragging me with you before I start discussing it with people?
Yeah, drag you away. Come on, Kine. You can talk to him. You can talk to the man himself.
Oh yeah. I'll discuss the speech with Kine while we walk.
That was incredible. Well, I never had something against cheese, but I never thought it was such, important goddess. I'm really impressed. Did you have someone write that for you, or?
Oh no! I just made it up on the spot.
Incredible. Well,
I know. I do amaze even myself sometimes. It's rather difficult to be the kind of man that I am, Kine, but I find that when you're forced into my position, you have to rise to the occasion.
Neil, does someone notice the spell after the minute is over?
Well, I think during that minute of discussion, you guys are kind of being ushered towards the cart, hopping back in, and Jeeves takes you away. So I think you guys aren't around to witness the after effects.
So I'm discussing it with Van, and I'm kind of, that kind of made me forget what happened. Yes, looking at him, I just hit him in the face.
Do they know they've been affected by a spell afterwards?
Well, I saw him chanting it, so...
Yeah, it kind of sounds like one of those spells.
I feel like Kine might know. I'm not sure if the crowd would, considering I was like, we weren't like in the crowd and with me loudly chanting the spell.
Sure. Well, we've defeated one fool today. Let's see if we can deal with these dwarves. Jeeves!
Next car, Van. Please, never. You made some good points, and I see it.
Jeeves is sitting in his...
But never, please never do this again while we are in a town hostile. Well, at least Malachi thinks everyone is hostile. To us. What have you done if it not have worked?
I'm not sure what you mean, Kine. I simply spoke the truth. All I did was make it easier for them to listen.
They spoke the truth, but what if someone would have noticed?
Notice what?
You know what I mean. I've stood beside
I'm not
you
sure
a
I
minute.
do. And then I give him a quick wink and turn to keep going, or just turn my focus to the keep.
I'm just resting my hat on my hand. So, why?
Come
I
on,
mean, it
guys.
was a brilliant speech, but
Sometimes you've got to use a bit of magic to help things along.
yeah.
You guys
My
find
mind-
that it's a little difficult to get the wagon going because Jeeves is sitting up front talking with one of the horses about an convincing speech. But after the minute wears off, he realizes what he's doing and kind of trails off mumbling and gets the carriage going. A few minutes later, you guys arrive at the steps of the keep. There are a pair of human guards with halberds crossed, blocking the gate, the stairway up to the keep. But Jeeves kind of pulls up, pops off, and opens the doors for you guys to exit.
Thank you, Jeeves.
I'll
Gentlemen?
be waiting back at the tavern for you when you're done, sir.
Perfect, Jeeves. I nod to the guards and walk up towards the
The guards
keep
don't
entrance.
move their halberds. They look at you suspiciously as you approach.
The letter, Malachi.
Yep, I've got it. Oh. You. Right.
As in,
The
I believe
guards
I
blocking
mean,
our path. Oh.
Well,
What
just say
business
them
do you
who
have?
are.
It's an important day here. We ain't
Yeah.
dealing with everyday complaints.
No, of course. I represent Baroness Valmont of Shybrook. I'm here to deliver her writ of homage to the new count.
All three of you.
Yes.
Of course.
Someone has to represent the whole of Shirebrook and villages.
Show me the writ.
I'm afraid it's sealed, but you can.
Well, show me the outside. I want to see her seal.
Of course. Yeah. Might show him Valmont's seal.
They move their halberds. Very well. Go on up.
Is there a room we should go to, or is there a boy
Go
to
on
show
up.
me?
They'll let you. They'll direct you up there.
Very well.
You guys make it up the staircase, and there's kind of a single pathway, with all the other doors closed and those doors opened, and occasional guards and servants to help get you into the right room. And eventually, you guys end up in the Count's throne room.
Neil, would I know whether to call a count my lord or your grace?
Lord,
Okay.
you have an etiquette proficiency, right?
There's no proficiencies.
Oh, that's right.
I figure I might be like, I was a cleric.
Yeah. Lord, grace is king.
Okay.
King only. Or queen, king or queen.
Okay.
Could also say sire or liege.
Those are all acceptable too. Okay, you guys arrive in the room. The new count is not there yet. There are a bunch of other emissaries. You think you can spot the emissary from White Shore. He's got like a banner of White Shore that one of his foot soldiers is carrying. And it looks like everyone else are probably local lords and nobles that get their land directly from the count. So all the people of Newfort.
Do most have banners?
No.
Oh, okay.
People from White
So-
Shore do, though.
When the guard directs us in, I think Van just kind of says, do we just walk right up to him? Do we wait for our turn?
The count will arrive shortly.
Okay.
Shortly.
Wait your turn.
God damn it, Malachi. Is Van just laughing out loudly?
I think there's the snicker when he does that though.
I'm just going blank-faced.
So, the count arrives after maybe an hour of waiting around. Takes his seat. His herald steps forward, says some pretty words about the new count, son of so-and-so, of so-and-so, of so-and-so, who inherited the blah, blah, blah. Gives the big official spiel. And then the count rises to his full height of 3 foot 6 inches, scans across the crowd, and goes, "Where is the delegation from Shirebrook?"
Stand up.
Yeah. Van steps forward.
Yeah.
Roaster fort.
You first.
Yes, my lord. I'll walk up to his throne, kneel down, and hand him the note.
Okay, he opens it up, begins to read through it, nods, folds it back up, and then eyes you. The evil eye says, "I have heard, Baroness Valmont, has not appropriately dealt with the missing dwarves of her territory. Why should I reinstate her when she cannot even keep care of her existing citizens?
My lord, if I may speak out of turn, I actually led the expedition she sent down to investigate the disappearance.
And who are you?
I am Van Helsing. I'm a cleric of Cheese.
Father Van Helsing, please state your case.
The dwarves, after the dwarves had vanished, she put a small group together to investigate the reasons behind their disappearance. I led that expedition. We went down and numerous villages, not just the dwarven village, many villages have around the Shadow Mountains have just vanished without any form of trace. It's as if one day everybody simply disappeared. There were no signs of conflict. There were no signs of bloodshed, merely disappearances. I am a cleric. I'm not proficient in the arcane arts, but I can recognize them. And there was a magical field that went around all of the villages that had disappeared.
Some kind of illusion, my lord.
And you? Who are you?
I am, I look around. My name's Malachi. I'm a wizard.
Mm-hmm. I had heard that the wizard was leading the expedition. Is that true?
I had heard that also, yes.
He looks back to Van Helsing. What do you say of this, of the wizard leading the expedition instead of yourself? Are you lying to me?
Leading, no, but he was in the group.
We lead together. It's just the two of us, really. We are the greatest heroes of Shirebrook.
You humans could learn a little from us dwarves. Order is important. Leadership is important. Knowing your place in society is the foundation of society.
With all due respect, my lord, it's convenient for you. How's the count?
I simply wanted to state our case. I wanted to make it clear that the words you heard came from a rather angry and, from what I hear, drunk mob. They may not have had all of the facts straight. Baroness Valmont did, in fact, respond to the disappearances.
Angry, drunken mob?
They came from a tavern.
If I may, my liege, I say in Dwarven.
Who are you?
I'm a ranger coming from one of the villages whose
What's your name?
I'm Kine.
Kine. Is that some sort of joke? Are you supposed to be a happy, kind sort of fella? Your parents playing a prank on you?
Well, if they were still around, maybe I could ask them. But the entire population of my village disappeared probably a few days ago. And I can only speak for these two that they lead our expedition equally and, well, with great success. We...
Joint leadership, huh? You some sort of druid collective?
It's not like that. It's just,
What god do you serve there, Father Van Helsing?
Jeez.
She doesn't sound like much of a druid to me. All right. Kine.
If you want. Oh, I apologize. Continue.
Mr. Kine, you were saying these two are joint leaders?
Indeed, and they are very effective in their leadership.
And would you say that Baroness Valmont has exercised good judgment and proper procedure in investigating the deaths of the missing dwarves?
Yes. These two were sent, the probably finest and most powerful members of Shirebrook society. I've seen them in action. A chimera and a giant were no match.
A giant, huh? And a chimera. I've heard some tall tales in my time.
I believe we have the ear of the giant, right?
it's her. actually.
hair.
All right.
I,
I'm
did you
pretty sure I took an
recognize-
ear though.
Oh yeah, I think maybe you actually did.
Can chat back me up on that? Because I'm not sure. Like, I'm pretty sure I
Is it
took
on
an
your
ear.
character sheet?
I will check right now.
It's not on your character sheet. You must have dropped it or misplaced it, or Jeeves ate it or something.
Well, if you want proof, back in Shirebrook, the dragon head of the Chimera is currently being prepared for.
Convenient
killed
that the evidence is so far away, isn't it?
Well,
We
we,
hadn't
couldn't take
thought.
a head with us. It is pretty big, and
You didn't think
it would be-
ahead? That's a good one.
I give
We
it to you,
hadn't
my
thought.
liege. Good joke.
We hadn't thought the need to prove our deeds. On this
Right,
journey.
right. Okay.
I offer this to you. If you would like to know the details of our investigation of these missing villages, I would be happy to give you everything we know in a private conversation.
He stands quietly, slowly growling to himself. Seems to me Baroness Valmont has taken an appropriate course, but only sending 2 humans to investigate a dwarven matter seems a little odd to me. Then again, I don't know
Well-
the specifics of the political situation in Shirebrook. It might be that all the dwarves have gone missing. You will be sending this. He takes a letter from one of his servants at his side and hands it back to Malachi. Back to Baroness Valmont, telling her that she should look over my lands in her name. But you should also tell her that it is my official decree that she should investigate this matter with the utmost urgency. We can't have people going missing, and I know people are often, he says now addressing the crowd, afraid of the curse of the Shadow Mountains. But let me tell you this. We are stronger than the mountains. We come from the mountains. The mountains serve us. Have Baroness Valmont see to my missing people. Human, dwarven, halfling, and otherwise. If there is evidence that they are being disappeared by a curse, we will find the greatest clerics in the land and remove this curse. Problem solved. Don't know what's so hard about being count? Very well, you are dismissed.
My liege, if I may address one last matter, and I lower my voice a bit, so not the whole room can hear me. There was one in our expedition that had to give his life for his matter, a dwarf, more than Mountain. I just wish to let you know that also the dwarves had a part in this matter from the beginning on. Sadly, he fought bravely against the legion of goblins and probably saved lives with it.
There were goblins
Not
around
in
the
Shirebrook.
abandoned villages of the dwarves.
No,
Further south.
we made investigations in this matter further south of the mountains, and
In the Hidden Valley? Goblins?
No.
In the Goblin Woods.
That is not Shirebrook territory. What were you doing in the Goblin Woods?
our investigations led us to this region. We sought a connection with a certain person who may be responsible.
Do
but
explain. What is the connection between the missing dwarves and the Goblin Wood?
There was a man named Venlin in Shirebrook some months back who was responsible for mischief that took place there. We believe he took off in the direction of the Shadow Mountains, and we believe he may be related to the disappearances that started happening since.
And we had reason to believe that he was taking shelter in the Goblin Woods.
Mm-hmm. And did you find this man?
No, we found hundreds of goblins instead.
You do know they call it the Goblin Wood for a reason.
Yes, and after our visit, I If he took refuge near the Shadow Mountains, I think he'd be further north. But you understand that we may have stepped out of Shirebrook's territory, but we wanted to investigate the Shadow Mountains in whole, not simply the northern half of it.
Well done. It was an honor for a dwarf to die, presumably, slaying dozens of goblins.
Indeed.
He was. He was one of the strongest dwarfs I ever seen.
What was his name?
Morin Mountain Shield. They say
Morin
this name with honor.
Mountain Shield. We will toast him tonight in our drinks. You are dismissed. And you guys are free to leave the keep. You can head back to Shirebrook now.
Yeah, I think we get out of the keep, and Van is going to look and see if that guy's still proselytizing. Has the crowd kind of returned to normal?
That is a good question.
Because I did specifically say, like, this man's leading you in with thoughts of, like, food and revelry, and he's leading your souls astray. He's tainting your souls black.
We're
Neil,
coming back.
I think the stream is lagging a little bit.
Yeah, it was lagging earlier. It's fixed now.
Okay.
Are we coming back to a slaughter field? People are just having a civil war.
Well, it's been more than an hour since you were here. So you come back towards that gate to head back to Shirebrook. It's you guys woke up pretty early in the morning to get out to the keep and everything. And there is a crowd. But it's been an hour, so it very easily could have been the crowd dispersed and new people
And a new
have
one showed up?
arrived. Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is still going on.
Sorry, before we leave, can I speak to the designatory, the delegate from Whiteshore?
Sure. Well, yeah. So before they're brought up next to do their oaths and everything, and it goes way more smoothly. It's just like, here's this letter, awesome. Your guy can be in charge. Here's the letter back, and then he starts doing it with like smaller local lords around Newfort. But you
It's
can
never
meet up
simple
with
with us.
the Whiteshore delegation on the way out.
Yeah, so I'll just hang back as Van and Kine walk out, and I say, I don't know if you caught our exchange there, but you ever hear the name Venlin around Whiteshore?
They
Or a
shake their
boat
head.
called the Wave Skipper?
Wave Skipper.
Yep.
You know, I'm more of a messenger type. Wave Skipper. Any of you guys ever heard of the Wave Skipper? No? But, you know,
Well, look,
a lot of ships come in and out, and it's not my job to know which ones do.
no, of course. If you could do me a favor, though, if you could just ask around about this Venlin guy, a wizard. If you find anything, just send a message for Malachi and Shirebrook.
Where can my messengers find you? Are you known well enough that they could just ask around for Malachi?
Just send it to the keep. It'll find its way back to me. Thank you for your help, friend.
They shake hands with you and depart.
It's a matter for the entire realm. Thank you.
Okay.
Walk
So
off.
you guys exit, and you see the Theralad and his people as you guys drive by in your car, and Van Helsing's looking out the window. Theralad kind of stops his speech partway through, like pausing for dramatic effect, and evil eyes you as you drive by.
Van just kind of waves at him with a big smile.
Please, just let us go out of this.
As we're driving away in the carriage, he shouts out, "Good luck with the proselytizing, my very peaceful friend."
Hey, Van. I don't really have spells for the road. Do you think you could?
Hang on, stay one more day. I can't cast that spell on you today, Malachi. Maybe wise to stay one more day.
We're just leaving.
You did mem new spells?
I did. I just learned all I wasn't sure what we were going to be doing, so I learned forget and ESP and suggestion and stuff like that.
Oh, what a shame.
Come on.
What do you think, Jeeves? The road looks safe?
As safe as it can be, sir. Hopefully we won't run into another giant, but if we do, I promise not to rescue you again.
I'm gonna be honest, Malachi. I think we should wait one more day in town. My spells are not exactly tuned for the road either.
Let's just wait the extra day. Sorry, Kine. It's better safe than sorry, right?
Well, at least the thing with the dwarves didn't amount to anything big.
Yep. We can think about what we're going to do when we get back to your village.
Well, we should probably. I think you've thought about what was it dispelling the magic around these weird tracks.
Yeah, I'm trying to think back, Van. Do you remember seeing those markings in the dwarven village? I don't recall
Ben
noticing.
Hilton consults his memory. Neil's helping me. No, I do not recall seeing such marks in the village.
Yeah, nothing was said, but
I feel like we probably would have looked into that further at the time we had.
seems like that would be unrelated then. But who knows? It is strange.
I mean, we did get distracted. There was the troll and those weird smoke imp things.
Yeah.
And on that note, why don't we go to break, actually, and we can come back and figure these things out on the other side of our break. See you guys in like 5 minutes. Bye-bye.